Yo, it's your man Joe. Came around just to find that you need to know. I saw this article because somebody was talking about there's an epidemic of the herpes outbreak at the Coachella festival. So we're gonna see what this is all about. Health officials, no evidence of herpes outbreaks or spike at Coachella. If there was a spike in case following Coachella, Jose Arbelo with the Riverside Department of Public Health says his agency has not seen any evidence, despite recent reports at at any at an app design that diagnose and treat a sexual transmitted infection saw a near 10 10 tenfold uptick in case in Southern California during the festival. I reached out to a lab department disease control and our HIV and STD program, and none of them report despite in herpes cases, says Apolio, the public information office for the country run health department where Coachella takes place every year. Apolio has been fielding dozens of calls since yesterday when TMZ reported a huge spike in folks looking to get treated for herpes from Herp Alert, uh, a 2-year old smartphone app web portal for diagnosing and treating genital herpes and cold sores. After paying $79, user answered a few questions to take a picture of an area on their body where they're believing to be experiencing an outbreak. After a few hours, receiving um, medical advice regarding their condition and prescription for treating at a nearby pharmacy. Initial reporting indicating that the app has been spiked in requiring made on the app, jumping from about 12 people per day to 250 in the first 2 days of the festival. But the physician interview by Billboard, including Herp Alert own medical director, says it's more likely the app user was inquiring about the herpes prior to the festival, which take place in the desert under unusual hot and dry conditions, and not reporting a mass STD. Mass breakout of STD during the festival. My first reaction is that the whole thing is taking a silly because system symptoms don't typically show up in 24 hours, says Dr. Jill Grims. A billboard are certified family physicians and other seductive delusions. How many? Sorry, how every day people catch STDs? It is take anywhere from 2 to 12 days for symptoms to appear, although the average is 3 to 4 days, says Grimm, who is the faculty at the University of Massachusetts Medical School. It is spokes is spokesperson for the American Academy of Family Physicians. Typically, it is a situation where a person took up on the weekend and start having having symptoms on Tuesday. Okay, the Grimes explained, adding that it that it's not uncommon for a large event to see an increasing in causes, but note that the 20 times spike seem suspiciously high. Yeah, I agree. Herp Alert Medical Direction Lynn Marie Mus. Okay, I'm not gonna. Morsky um, has since clarified the company finding, telling Billboard that the 1,100 electronic consult requests had made on the app were not necessarily the new cases, but the people are using the platform for varieties of reasons. Um, there are many coming to get medication to treat and prevent flares. Uh, we see it as people deciding to take prox- proactive care of their health and the health those they may interact with over the weekend. Mosquito billboards. We do not have a number of diagnosed new cases, as sometimes we cannot determine via their history or photos. Uh, so we have to their advise they have seen in person. An official with the Los Angeles Department of Health told billboards that they're too that it's too had not have not seen a noticeable uptick in herpes cases, although generally both oral and general are not mentioned by the health industry. Agency, like other infection disease, including measles, whooping, coughing, and HIV and AIDS. Herpes is not a reportable disease. It is very common. It has extremely rare complications. Um, so trends in herpes cause not easily tracked. Officials say the lack of tracking can be claims of herpes outbreak difficult to prove or disprove. Um, the Grime says it's possible that herp alert, herp alert, herp alert spike in people using the app could be a result of increasing advertising or marketing by the app. Yeah, a possibility or possibility also rises by officials with the app. It is it is well established that California has seen a rise of sexual transmitted infections, so that awareness and discussion, podcasts, YouTube, social media, etc., like played a role along with advertising. So though they ex- so they say exactly. An email Herp Alert press team reads. Grimes also said people tend to get tested often before and after a large gathering, like concerts and sporting events where people are partying and hooking up. Yeah. I live in Austin, Texas. We can do, sorry, and we do see an uptick in the following day. Following south by, I cannot read this morning. Following south by Southwest and Austin City Limits Festival. That's not unique to herpes, but all sexually transmitted diseases, said Grime, adding that many people who have oral herpes are not aware that they can infect someone with genital herpes through oral sex. She recommend people use condoms where engaging in sexual behavior with another person. It's not 100% protection against herpes, but it is better than far better than far better than having no protection, she says. As much as, do I think that there's an outbreak in Coachella during the festival? It is a possibility, but less likely. I don't know. Because you have to understand that there are children at this event. I know some of y'all like saying, "Well, Joe, why would you say that? Why would you bring up the kids?" Because I don't know if the kids at these certain events are supervised by their parents. Because grown up, because you have a bunch of grown adults and kids or teenagers, they're possibly doing certain things like this, and they probably not aware. Because especially at an event like this, because you don't want be have the festival be seen as like a bunch of pedophiles get a chance to get at young people, young women and young men. Um, Even though I do believe that some of them are smart enough, I don't know how often. Because because if something like that, like where a bunch of adults having getting down with teenagers, I don't think that would be a good look for the festival. Um, but yeah, do I think it can possibly happen? Yes, I believe so. But um, hopefully that they ask for ID and stuff like that. But but I don't know how if this then if this were to suck, because that would have been happening, probably like a couple of years prior back, you know. But like I said, I'm just thinking that the kids are probably at this event. You gotta start thinking about like stuff like that. It can happen, but hopefully that they have that like ID or something. I guess I don't know. But let me go. Let me. So guys, tell me what you guys think. So it's your man Joe. See you guys in another video or so. Okay. All right.